We're holding Parshas Vayera, Shvi, 7th portion, Perech of Beis, Pasuk Aleph. And it came to pass after these things. Well, the Misas Avram Hashem tested Avram. And he said to him, Avram, he said, Avram, he said, here I am. What does it mean after these things? So some people say it's after the words of the Satan. What does that mean? Satan was accusing and saying, of every feast that Avram made, he did not sacrifice before you a bull or a ram. You bring a carbon. Hashem said, does he do anything but for his son? So the Eibishter says, if I would tell him to bring a carbon, he would not hold back. So that's Achad Varamela after the Satan was Mekatlik. Another Pshat, this is after the words of Rabbi Shloimy. Shmuel was bragging, he was boasting that he gave himself a bris at the age of 13, and he didn't protest. So Yitzchak said, with one organ, you're trying to intimidate me? If Hashem would have said, sacrifice yourself before me, I would not hold back. This is the reply of Chassidim of 5 people. It's an expression of humility, an expression of readiness. And he said, please take your son, your only one whom you love, Yitzchak, and go to Eretz Samaria and bring him up as a Eilah on one of the mountains, which I will tell you is a Rashi. No is the expression of request. He said, I beg of you, pass this test for me. So people should not say that the first test had no substance. As Pincha, your sons, Amr Loi Shnei Vanim Yeshti. So Avram said, I have 2 sons. Amr Si Chidcha, you're only one. Amr Loi Zeh Yachad Limei, Zeh Yachad Limei. Hashem said, this one is the only son of his mother. This one is the only son of his mother. Amr Loi Asher Hafta. He said, the one you love. Amr Loi Shidei Mani Ayev. He says, the one I love. So he says, the one you love, I love both. Amr Loi Es Yitzchak, he said, Yitzchak. So the question is, why didn't he just say clearly, Yitzchak? In order not to confuse him suddenly, lest his mom become distracted and bewildered. And also to endure his commandment to him and to reward him for each and every expression. The land of Maria, Yerushalayim, this is Yerushalayim, to build the house of the Lord in Yerushalayim on our Maria. Why is it called Meridia? Because from there, instructions goes forth to Yisrael. And Unclis teaches, what does it mean Meridia? Is alluding to the service of the incense, which has mirrors, a type of mirth, type of spice, etc. And bring him up. Did not say to slaughter him. Hashem never wanted to shecht him, but to bring him to the mountain to prepare him for a burnt offering. And as soon as he brought him up, he told him to take him down. On one of the mountains, Hashem makes the tzaddikim wonder. Only afterwards he discloses them. And this is all in order to increase the reward. And the land I will show you, and proclaim it upon its proclamation. Avram rose early in the morning, and he saddled his donkey, and he took his 2 young men with him, and Yitzchak, and he split wood for burnt offering. And he got up, He arose and he went to the place which Hashem had told him. Vayashkim, that is the mitzvah, he hastened to perform the mitzvah. Vayachavesh, and he saddled Hu ba'atzmi, he himself. Vaytziva le'echem ma'avadav, and he did not command one of his servants. Sha'ava mekakel zashud, because love causes a disregard for the standard of dignified conduct. Shnei Yarav, two sons, the two lads of Zara, the two men, who came with him, Yishmael and Eliezer. Yishmael and Eliezer. Why should Adam Choshev Rashi lets us at Hanashim? Because an esteemed person is not allowed to go on the road without two men. Because if one needs to relieve himself, the other will be with him. V'yavake Targum means v'tzalach, and they split. Kamoi v'tzolcha yarden, and they split the yarden. Ashim bikua, an expression of splitting. Pasuk Dalad Vayimashlish, on the third day, Avram lifted his eyes. Vayera Samak Mirachik, and he saw the place from afar. The Rashi Vayimashlishi. Lama ach eicher melaharis miyad. Why did he delay him from showing to him immediately? So that people should not say that he was confused and he was deranged suddenly. And if he had time to think it over, he would not have done it. And he saw the place. He saw a cloud attached to the mountains. Pasuk, hey. And Avram said to his young men, stay here with the donkey. And I and the lad will go there. And we will bow ourselves down and return to you. Rashi, what does it mean? Until there, a short way to the place that is before us. I will see there. I will see where is the promise that Hashem must be. So Koi will be your seat. And Ashuvin established Yeshua Shneim. He prophesies that they will both return. Pasuk and Avram took the wood of the burnt offering. And he put it on Yitzchak his son. And he placed it, that he took into his hands the fire and the knife. And both of them went together. The knife, sakin, this is the knife. Al shem shechilas es abasar, because it consumes the flesh. Come on, the tema of a charbi tzeichel basar, and my sword will consume flesh. Shema achsher is basar achila, and because it renders meat fit for its consumption. The rach and other explanations is nikras ma'acheles Hashem Yisrael ichla matan skoden. The knife was ma'acheles because the people of Yisrael still eat. The reward given it. Vayachlu shleim yachtav, and they both went together. Avram knew that he was going to shecht. His son was going with joy. Avram, who knew that he was going to shecht his son, was going as willingly and joyfully as Yitzchak, who was unaware, didn't know about it. Pasuk Zayin, Vayemer Yitzchak Avram, and Yitzchak said to Avram, I'll be his father. Here is the fire and the wood, but where's the lamb for the burnt offering? Avram said, Hashem will provide for himself the lamb for the burnt offerings. Beni, my son, and they both went together. So Rashi, he will see and choose for himself the lamb. I mean, if there will be no lamb, my son will be a burnt offerings. And even though Yitzchak understood that he was going to be shechted, he went both with the same heart. And they came to the place which Hashem had spoken. And Avram built the Mizbeach, and he arranged the wood, and he bound Yitzchak his son. And he placed him on the Mizbeach, upon the woods of Hashem Yakid, of his hands and his feet behind him. Akeda, the hands and the feet tied together is known as Akeda, and this is the meaning of Akudim, that their ankles were white. The place where they are bound was Nikar. Pasuk Yud Vayishlach Avram Yisrael, then Avram stretched his hands. He took the knife to shecht his hand, to shecht his son. And a malach of Hashem called him from heaven. And he said, Avram said, here I am. So Rashi, Avram, this is an expression of affection. That he repeated his name. And he said, do not stretch forth your hands to the lad. And don't do anything to him. For I know that you are a God-fearing man. And you do not withhold your son, your only one, from me. So Avram said, if so, I have come here in vain. I will inflict a wound on him and extract a little blood. Don't do anything. Do not cause any blemish to him. For now I know. Abba says, Avram said to him, I will explain you my complaint before you. Yes, you told me for Yitzchak will be called your seed. And now you retracted and he said, take your son. So So Hashem said that I shall not profane my covenant, nor shall I alter the utterance of my lips. When I said take, I was not altering my utterance of my lips. I did not say slaughter. I said bring him up. Asakte, you have brought him up. Now, achte, take him down. For now I know. Now I have a response to the Satan and to the nations who wonder, why is my love towards you? Now I have a reason. They see you're a God-fearing person. Avram lifted his eyes. We saw, and behold, there was a ram, and after that it was caught in a tree by its horns. And he took the ram, and he brought it as a carbon elah instead of a self. It was prepared for this since the 6 days of creation. After the angel said to him, do not stretch your hands, he saw that the ram was caught. Now, the Targum says, and Avram lifted his eyes after the words, after the angel said, do not stretch forth your hands, after all the words of the angels and the Shekhinah, and after Avram's argument. Basvach means Elah, the tree. Bakarnov, and its horns for Yerot Eitzel Avram, for it was running towards Avram. Satan saved and Satan caused it to be caught and entangled among the shoes. Rashi talks when they said of the sons, since it's written, offered it up for a burnt offering, the chassid mikra klum, so nothing is missing in the text. What does it mean instead of your son? On every carbon act that he performed, he said and made, be your will, that this should be deemed as if we bring the done to my son. As my son rushed to the slaughter. As if his blood was thrown. As if he was being flayed. As if we were burned and reduced to ashes. Avram named that place, the Lord will see. As it said to this day, on the mountain Hashem will be seen. A simple meaning has a targum renders. Hashem will choose and see for himself this place that cause his Shekhinah to rest therein, and for his offering sacrifices there. As it said to this day, that future generations say about it, that on the mountain he appears to these people. The future days, at the words until this day that appear throughout the Mikra, which called days of my Makarimas and Mikra for all the future generations to read this pasuk will refer until this day to the day into which they are living. The Medrash says that Hashem will see this binding to forgive the Eden every year and save them from Puranis, from the punishment. In order that it will be said on this day, in all future generations. And the mountains of Hashem, Yitzchak's ashes shall be seen, heaped up and standing for atonement. And an angel of Hashem called to Avram a second time from heaven. And he said, be myself, I have sworn, says Hashem, because you have done this thing, you did not withhold your son, your only one. I will surely bless you. I will greatly multiply your seed as the stars in the heavens, and the sand that's on the seashore. And your descendants will inherit the cities of the enemies. One blessing for the father, one for the son. One for the father, and one for the son. And through your children shall be blessed. It's all the nations of the world. Because you hearken to my voice. Good test. Avram returned to the young men, and they arose and they went together to Beersheba. And Avram remained in Beersheba. This does not mean permanently dwelling. For he was living in Hebron. 12 years prior to the massive binding of Yitzchok, he left Beersheba and he went to Hebron. And as it says, and Avram dwelt in the land of Plishtim for many days, meaning more days, a year in the Hebron, which were 26 years, as Rashi explained from Seder Elam. It came to pass after these matters, it was told, Avram saying, behold, Milcah, she also bore sons of the Nachor, your brothers. Rashi, now, when he returned from Har Moriah, Avram was thinking and saying, had my son been shafted, we have died without children. And under Eshkol, I should have married a woman of the daughters of Honor, Eshkol, or Mamre. So the Abish announced to him that Rivka, his maid, had been born. And this is what it means in the meaning of after these matters, after the thoughts of the matters that came about as a result of that Kedah. She had a number of families equals to the numbers of the families of Avram. Now, just as Avram had 12 Shvatim, word from Yankiv, 8 were the sons of the wives, and 4 were the sons of the maidservants. There were also 8 sons of the wives, and 4 of the Pilegish, of the concubine. Now, it explains this. Buz Achiv, Buz his firstborn, and Ulen Buz his brother. As Kumiel of Aram, and Kumiel the father of Arnam. As Kesed, as Chazai, as Pildash, as Yildash, as Psuel. Now, Psuel, that's Rivka, Psulat Rivka, Shemrena Elah. The Milcah, these 8 did Milcah. The Nochar, Achi Avram, beer to Nochar, Avram's brothers of Rashi, Kol Yich Tamlo, and Nichtav the Bashvil, Pasuk said, the only reason why all these genealogies were written for the single Pasuk. Pilakshi, Shvar, Umo, as Kiankaman, whose name was Umo, Atil Gami, as Tevach, as Gacham, as Tachash, as Macha, his name was Rama, and his concubine, whose name was Rama, also gave birth to Tevach, as Gacham, as Tachash, as Macha.